Just hours before stepping onto the court in Turin, a private exchange between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner was caught on camera, and the content of their words has quickly become the talk of the tennis world. What began as a light, friendly moment between two young champions soon revealed the mindset of two players locked in one of the most intense rivalries of modern tennis. Alcaraz, ever smiling and relaxed, greeted Sinner with a casual joke about how quickly the season had gone by. "Can you believe it's already over? Feels like we were training in 2022 just yesterday," he said with a grin. Sinner, calm and composed as always, nodded and replied, "The important thing is we're still enjoying it, even if now everything feels a little more serious." Behind the laughter, though, there was an unspoken tension. The ATP Finals aren't just another tournament. For both of them, Turin represents the final battle for the world #1 ranking. Alcaraz holds the mathematical edge, but Sinner defends the title, and plays at home, with the whole of Italy behind him. Their conversation turned technical almost immediately. Alcaraz commented on the speed of the court at the Pala Alpitour Arena, saying that, "It's faster than I expected, the ball jumps more than in Paris." Sinner agreed, noting that it rewards flat hitters, especially on the first strike. "But you have to stay patient." Then, as they stretched courtside, Alcaraz teased his rival. "You've got home advantage, huh? I'll need earplugs when they start chanting your name." Sinner laughed. "Home advantage doesn't help much when you're on the other side of the net from you." It was a moment that captured everything about their relationship. Competition mixed with mutual respect. These two may be rivals on the court, but off it, there's an undeniable friendship built on shared ambition and admiration. The chat grew more personal when Alcaraz asked if Sinner ever thought about being world #1 as a kid. "Not really," the Italian replied. "For me, it's always been about improving, one match at a time. If I get there, it's because I deserve it." Alcaraz nodded. "For me, being #1 only means something if you're happy doing it. Otherwise, what's the point?" It's rare to hear such honesty from two of the sport's biggest stars. But it's also what sets them apart. Both have learned, at just 22 and 24 years old, to treat success not as a destination but as a process, a constant evolution. As their teams watched from the stands, Juan Carlos Ferrero and Samu Lopez for Alcaraz, Darren Cahill and Simone Vagnazzi for Sinner, the mutual respect extended to everyone in the arena. Each side applauded great shots. The atmosphere felt more like a private rehearsal for the future of tennis than a rivalry of enemies. When the practice ended, Sinner patted Alcaraz on the back and smiled. "See you in the final," he said. Carlos laughed. "Only if you get there first." In that short, leaked exchange, fans witnessed more than just camaraderie. They saw the balance of power between two players destined to define a generation. Turin is now ready. The ATP Finals begin November 9th, and with Djokovic's status still uncertain, the spotlight shines entirely on the new kings, Alcaraz and Sinner. Both have arrived early, both are training harder than ever, and both know that this week could decide not just a title, but their place in history. The leaked conversation between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner has sparked an uproar of reactions across the tennis world. Fans, analysts, and even former players have weighed in, not only because it offered a rare glimpse into their personalities, but because it revealed something deeper. How both champions are mentally preparing for the ATP Finals in Turin, the last great showdown of the year. The two trained together for nearly 2 hours, something almost unheard of between direct title rivals. Usually, players protect every detail, from shot placement to body language, to avoid giving their opponents even the smallest tactical clue. But Alcaraz and Sinner did the opposite. They shared a full session on the same court, even simulating a competitive set under match conditions. For many observers, that decision says everything about their mentality. Neither of them fears the other. In fact, they thrive on the challenge. The video footage released by tournament staff shows Alcaraz grinning after a spectacular rally, while Sinner smiles back with a quiet nod. Two athletes completely locked in but still enjoying every second. Reports from Turin confirmed that their session was intense but respectful. After warming up on a secondary court, they moved to the main stage of the Pala Alpitour Arena, where they played a one-set simulation followed by a tiebreak. Backed by a passionate Italian crowd, Sinner took the set 6-3, racing ahead with an early break. Alcaraz, however, responded with confidence, taking the tiebreak 7-5 and leaving fans applauding both. Commentators were quick to analyze every frame. "What's striking about this partnership," said one ATP insider, is that they train like brothers but compete like gladiators. It's a modern version of the classic rivalries that defined tennis, respectful yet ruthless. Meanwhile, Novak Djokovic remains the silent shadow in the background. His participation in Turin is still uncertain, but the Serbian star's name appears in the draw, placed in the same group as Alcaraz, Taylor Fritz, and Alex de Minaur. If Djokovic confirms, the group will instantly become the most difficult of the tournament. On the other side, Sinner was drawn alongside Alexander Zverev, Ben Shelton, and the last qualifier, either Felix Auger-Aliassime or Lorenzo Musetti, depending on the outcome in Athens. Statistically, Sinner's path to the semi-finals looks smoother, but the psychological weight of playing at home in front of thousands of Italian fans brings its own kind of pressure. During a brief interview after training, Sinner was asked if sharing a session with Alcaraz might have been a mistake. His response was pure confidence. When you train with someone like Carlos, you don't lose anything. You learn. That statement alone shows the mindset of a champion. He sees competition not as a threat, but as fuel. Alcaraz echoed the same sentiment later, telling a Spanish reporter that he enjoys testing himself against the very best, even if it means showing his cards. If he sees my weaknesses in practice, fine, he said, because I'll be stronger when it really matters. This is the new tennis era, transparent, fearless, and defined by authenticity. Gone are the days of psychological mind games and media wars. Alcaraz and Sinner represent something cleaner, a generation that competes fiercely but respects the process, the sport, and each other. As the ATP Finals approach, the numbers speak for themselves. The two have split their 15 encounters, Alcaraz leading 10-5 overall, but Sinner has dominated their recent indoor matches. The Italian's consistency under closed roofs contrasts with the Spaniard's explosive unpredictability. Yet those who know Alcaraz best, including Juan Carlos Ferrero, believe that his time indoors will come. He's learning how to breathe in silence, Ferrero said cryptically before Turin. That silence refers to the absence of natural elements. No wind, no sunlight, no outdoor crowd to energize him. Just the sound of the ball, the heartbeat, and the echo of every shot in a closed arena. This is the environment that challenges Alcaraz the most, and the one that could ultimately forge him into an even greater champion. The day after their now famous practice session, both Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner returned to the courts of Turin, this time separately, under the watchful eyes of journalists, analysts, and thousands of fans eager to interpret every movement, every look, every gesture. The leaked conversation between them had already gone viral, shared across platforms with subtitles, slow-motion edits, and fan theories about what it really meant. But while social media dissected their words, both players were already thinking ahead. Because in Turin, there's no room for narratives, only results. Alcaraz arrived first, smiling, headphones on, visibly calm but focused. His training playlist, as always, included Spanish pop songs that reminded him of home. He looks lighter, commented his coach Juan Carlos Ferrero, referring to his player's mindset. After Paris, he needed to let go of the noise. Now he's back to enjoying the fight. Sinner followed an hour later, greeted by chants of Jannik, Jannik, from an Italian crowd that filled the stands just to watch him practice. He seemed composed, professional, and already in tournament mode. He's been here before, said Darren Cahill. He knows how to handle the weight of expectation. What you see in Jannik is focus, not pressure. Still, everyone knows this tournament isn't just about lifting the trophy. It's about deciding who ends the year as world number one. The math is simple. If Alcaraz wins 3 round-robin matches or reaches the semi-finals, he will likely reclaim the top ranking. Sinner, on the other hand, must win the title and hope Alcaraz falters early. That's what makes their friendly practice so fascinating. They're competitors for the same crown, yet they train together, laugh together, and respect one another more than most rivals in the sport's history. It's almost poetic, the fire of Spain versus the ice of Italy, and yet, both seem to be playing for something bigger than themselves, the future of tennis. When asked by a journalist if he regretted training with Alcaraz before the tournament, Sinner's answer was immediate. No, because when you practice with Carlos, you understand how high the level can go. That's the challenge I love. Later that same day, Alcaraz responded with equal humility. It's impossible not to respect Jannik. He makes me better every time we face each other. I don't care if people say it's risky. I want to play the best version of him, and I hope he wants the same from me. That exchange alone sums up their rivalry. It's not built on hate or ego but on growth, on the belief that to reach greatness, you must push yourself against the only opponent capable of matching your fire. Behind the scenes, Ferrero has adjusted Alcaraz's indoor strategy. Fewer drop shots, tighter court positioning, and more emphasis on the serve+1 combination. The Spaniard's ability to adapt has always been one of his greatest strengths. If he can translate his explosive athleticism into precision under the roof of the Paula Alpitour Arena, he could silence all doubts about his indoor game once and for all. Meanwhile, Sinner's team is focusing on rhythm, short points, first strike dominance, and controlling the tempo. His calm exterior hides a fierce determination to win at home, not just for ranking points but for pride. Italy is ready to witness its hero defend his crown. As the ATP Finals draw closer, one thing is clear. This isn't just another chapter in the season. It's the culmination of a new era. Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic once ruled this stage. Now, it belongs to Alcaraz and Sinner, two men redefining what rivalry means in modern tennis. When they finally meet again, whether in the semifinals or the final, it won't just be about points or trophies. It will be about legacy, about proving who truly stands at the summit of the next generation. And if their leaked conversation revealed anything, it's that both already understand the weight of that destiny and are ready to carry it. The countdown to Turin's opening match has begun. The lights are set, the stage is ready, and the world waits to see. Will it be Alcaraz's redemption or Sinner's coronation?